Hi, my name is Melissa Fino, and this is YouTube Tuesday. This is a 4-part video series on perfectionism, and this is the last video. This is number 4. But before I begin, I hope you'll hit the big old subscribe button at the top to make sure you get my videos. But let's get on into it. Today is awesome. We're going to be talking about the 6 action steps that you can take right now to stop trying to be a perfectionist or stop following your perfectionistic traits and start loving the life that you are lucky enough to live. You want to get into it? Are you ready? Action step number 1. You have to have open and honest communication about what you're feeling at all times. This means with your family, with your friends, with your lovers, with your coworkers, with your boss, and with yourself. You need to talk about why you don't feel good enough. If it's you're not feeling worthy enough in your body and you're starving yourself, or you are eliminating food items, you're not having a balanced diet, you're over exercising, you're doing different things because you feel that you need to have a perfect body, you need to start talking about those feelings, because you'll find when you don't socially isolate yourself, when you don't withdraw, when you are open and communicative with the people around you, that you'll start to see that other people have very similar struggles. And when we have that mind-body connection with another person, we're reminded that we're not alone. And that kind of just bonds us and makes us want to work as a power force together. So open and honest communication with everyone around you, but yourself as well. Action step number 2, you can do right now. You might think I'm kind of crazy for this one. You might think I'm kind of crazy anyway, but this is really important. I want you to lower your standards. Yeah, you heard me right. Lower your standards. You expect yourself to be 100% at all times. It's impossible. You have unreasonable expectations that you have set on yourself and for everyone else around you. Impossible expectations that nobody could ever meet. So why are you doing it? And you have to lower your standards. And I'm just talking about, maybe like 85 to 90%. You don't need to be the top performer at everything. You don't need to be the skinniest person. You don't need to be the prettiest. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to be 85 to 90% of what you're thinking right now, of what you're thinking is impossible. Because believe me, baby, that's gonna be amazing. Who you are right now at that level is going to be amazing. Just embrace it. Now, I'm not telling you to go give 30% effort or 40 or 50. I'm telling you, lower your standards just a little bit. You might surprise yourself. Number 3, action step number 3. And this one is a doozy and it's really important. Stop hanging out with people who make you think you're not good enough. Why do we do this to ourselves? We feel as if there's something missing inside, so we attract people who feel the exact same way. And guess what ends up happening? Those people don't believe in us. Those people judge us, those people criticize us, those people project their own emotions onto us and make us feel worse than we already feel. But why do we do that? Because we don't feel like we're good enough. What we need to do is place ourselves around a supportive, like-minded community, a big, strong community of men and women who love us just as we are and don't expect us to change, and support all of our ideas and know that we are fully capable of achieving anything that our heart desires that we work on. Those are the people that we need to surround ourselves with. So, sorry. You might kind of have to get rid of some people back there that are, making you question yourself even more. You might have to put a bigger fence around you. It's good. In the long result, you have to do that. Number 4, okay, you have to identify what a want is and what a need is. There's a very big difference, and I can clarify this by giving you a couple of examples. A need is love. We all need love, right? All different kinds of love. It's not just love that we find in a relationship either. We need it through our family and friends. We need supportive love. So what a want would be perfect love. perfect supportive love where they always say everything that we think that they should say. They give us everything that they can read our minds. Hello, that's never going to happen, okay? So your need is love. You got to adjust your want just a tad, okay? Your need is a home. We all need to have a safe home, a warm home above our heads, right? Your want is a 4-bedroom home up on a cliff with a 3-car garage, a big pool in the back, and a manicured garden. Yeah. What was your need again? Let's put this in a perspective here. That doesn't make any sense. One more thing, one more example. Okay, so you need an income. We all need an income, right? We need money that's going to pay the bills. Your want is that you have one income, one perfect job. Maybe you work 4 days a week and they overpay you in your salary. They overpay you on any kind of money that you need. Is that a need or is it a want? There's a big difference, right? So you just kind of have to clarify it a little bit. I would start by sitting down and writing down what 10 of your needs are and what the actual need is. Define it. And then if you can, cut it down. Cut your list down to 6 and then maybe 4. I think you'll start to see what kind of impossible expectations you're placing on yourself. Okay, action step number 5. We're getting close. There's only 6. This is number 5. Number 5 is open yourself up to trying new things. Yeah, perfectionists have a really hard time with this. Why would we want to try new things? Do you know how difficult that could be? We would be opening ourselves up to possible failure. This is why we have to learn how to overcome obstacles, open ourselves up to the possibility that surrounds us. We need to further understand that failure is not when we first take a first step towards something and fall down on our bottom. A lot of people associate failure as the first step that doesn't go exactly as we planned it would go. But failure is actually when you don't make that first step. A failure is when you're sitting on the sidelines watching everyone else play the football game and you are just judging them. That's failure. That's fear. That's fear. Failure is not when you're making that first step. What that is actually called is learning. So if you're opening yourself up to new opportunities, new possibilities, trying new things, and there's so many things out in the world that we don't even think about, that we haven't even tried, so many of us, we learn to overcome obstacles that way. And that's kind of what a perfectionist needs, right? And we can do it by lowering our expectations to about an 85% to 90% bracket. Okay, see what I did there? I put action step number 2 with action step number 5. What? We are now on action step number 6. Okay, this is an important one. And this is kind of put it all together. It's going to go full circle. Here's why. Action step number 6 is accept that life is ongoing. It's continuously going. There's how many seconds in a day, how many minutes, how many hours in a week, how many days in a year. It continuously goes, ebbs and flows, highs and lows. We're never going to complete every single project that we start in the morning at that day. We're going to have to learn how to put things aside and, sometimes good enough is going to have to be good enough. And then there will be other days where we can pick it up again with fresh eyes and a fresh mindset and pull forward and begin again. But we just have to accept that life is ongoing, because when we're seeking perfection, we have this idea that it's going to be finished in 52 minutes. And then we're going to pick up part 5 and we're going to finish that in 49 minutes. How boring would that be? Let's learn to open ourselves up to the world and everything that surrounds us. We begin that by accepting that life is an ongoing process, and we're all on this beautiful process of healing, learning, and evolving together. We're all doing it together. All right, this was so much fun. I'm loving these videos. Everything's evolving and going so much. It's amazing. Anyway, you can find me at Love Your Life Community, and I hope you hit subscribe and you come back next week for brand new topics. Start loving your life.